Okay, here's one for you. This is a good one. Are you listening? When you start to set boundaries and you say no when you need to and yes when you can, and you start to put yourself first and you start to love yourself and you start to get strong and you start to build yourself back up and you start to heal, that's when they're coming for you. I think I just spit a little bit there. Sorry about that. That's when they're coming for you. It's true. That is when they're coming for you. And that is when you will be tested. It is the universe saying, are you sure? Are you sure you know boundaries? We're just going to make sure about that. You see, boundaries are when you stop people pleasing and saying yes to everything. Boundaries are when you stop feeling guilty and shameful because you can't be everything to everyone. I know I tried. You can't. Boundaries are when you stop letting people manipulate you when they know that they're doing things that are good for them and not good for you. Boundaries are when you stop being everybody's scapegoat all the time. Boundaries are when you speak up for yourself and you start being honest about what you need and what you don't need. But when you get strong and when you rise back up, all those people who maybe you thought were friends or loving family or colleagues that cared about you, they don't. They don't, because you need to be their scapegoat, because you need to be the one that they blame. You need to be the one that does everything for them. And when you change the dynamic of that relationship, they don't know what to do. And I'm guilty. Listen, I am just as guilty of overextending someone else's boundaries or stepping into someone's boundaries because I didn't know either. Now, I've learned, and I'm still a work in progress. I'm still asking myself, is that overextending someone else's boundaries? Have I asked too much of them? Am I, imposing too much from them? I'm still asking myself because I want to treat people the right way, but I also want to be treated the right way. So it's about finding where those boundaries are for yourself, and they may not be the same as someone else's. And it's about loving people and understanding them enough to appreciate and to understand their boundaries and not having a higher expectation for someone else than you're willing to give yourself. Listen, at the end of the day, the best thing I can tell you is the rise and the fall. And the rise again, the second mountain, that's when you're really living. The first mountain, the rise and the fall, you're all having it. It doesn't matter who you are. You're all having it. It's the second rise. That's the one that really matters.